As part of the training for Journey from the Road, I went cycling from Zaragoza to the east of Spain and back. The first part of the journey was intense, both emotionally and physically. Now, I'm showing you the second part of the journey, the way back home. One thing I didn't plan much is the way back to Zaragoza. I just want a flatter road, if possible. Just for a few days, I need a bit of a rest. I spent the last 3 nights here. On the 5th day I reached the sea, which is very close from here. On the 6th day I reached the first destination, which is Delta del Ebro. And the 7th day I took time for a rest and edit the video. Now I'm ready for going back to Zaragoza. I already planned the route, a very similar one to the one I used for coming here, but with a slight difference. Thank you very much, Diony and Alfred, for letting me stay here. I could take a good rest and I owe you a big one for sure. My first video I recorded myself somewhere here and I was talking about how hard was the 4th day, because in fact it was, and now is the first day of the way back to Zaragoza. It's very sunny and it's perfect. I think that when I'm cycling the weather affects directly to my mood, because these last few days has been raining and it has been a lot of wind, or both, and I didn't feel like resuming the trip. I was thinking, why did I have to say publicly about my trip from Zaragoza to Delta del Ebro and also cycling back? Because maybe the training was enough, just one way without the return. But anyways, I think that it will give me even more experience. Even if I'm doing a very similar path, it will be somehow different, maybe more wild than the first one. And this morning at 11 a.m. it stopped raining, the sun came out, so I left the house I was staying at that time. And since then it's been very sunny. It's 4:10 in the afternoon. I still don't know where I'm going to sleep, but since it's not raining, it's fine. I will camp somewhere. Because one of the problems is that I still don't know how to sleep properly while camping, and if it rains the logistics become even more complicated. Everything gets wet and I wouldn't know how to camp actually, and it would worry me the whole day, so I can't really complain. I stopped before in Tortosa to have lunch, just bread, a can of tuna and a tomato, and now we will cycle a little bit more. Yesterday I was feeling super good and super strong. I think that was because of the day of rest, which was well needed, and also because the weather was very good, and that cheered me up emotionally. So I kept riding almost until a village that is called Bot. Just before arriving I found a spot that it could be perfect for camping, so I just stayed here tonight. It was super calm, I didn't hear any noise, I slept well. But this morning it started to rain a little bit. I was planning to take my time in the morning and maybe have breakfast or ride a little bit, but the day turned out great. Maybe I will visit the village and have a coffee there. And it's 8 a.m. in the morning, it's pretty soon. And yesterday I didn't plan how much time I was going to ride, but at the end I did 68 kilometers just until I found this spot. So I'm happy about that, because I didn't know how I would feel on the first day, but I was feeling super good. And today I will try to cycle until Caspe. The distance is not that long, but I think it's going to be hilly. I think I can arrive, but we will see. back to the road again. I started in the village of Bod and I wanted to have some breakfast, so I stopped in the only bar that was open. And when I wanted to leave, it started to pour a lot. So I went to the bar at 8:30 in the morning and I just left now, which is almost 1:30. The waiter and the waitress there were very nice. They told me that if I want I can stay until 9 or 10 p.m. until they close. But the rain stopped for a little bit, so I can go now to Caspe. And there was Wi-Fi there, so I took the chance to upload the first video and do some stuff in the laptop and write a little bit. That break felt perfect for me. And also from Bot until Quinto I'm going to take a detour. I'm not doing the exact same path I did when I went from Zaragoza to Delta del Ebro. Then I can see other villages. I came from that way and I'm heading to this way. This is Maella. I just took a little walk and I'm 20 kilometers away from the destination, which is Caspe. Today I booked a small hostel, so I'm giving myself a treat. And it's also raining. Caspe, it's a village that is a bit bigger. It's more difficult to find a spot for camping and everything is wet today. I'm at the main square of Caspe right now. Last night I had a proper dinner and a proper rest, so I gave myself a little treat, but from time to time I think it's necessary to rest properly and to eat properly. I'm feeling good and I already did half of the way. Today I should arrive to Quinto. I'm taking another way. I'm crossing a lot of villages near the river and tomorrow I will be home. It's almost the end of this trip. Ridden 30 kilometers already. Today the path is not long, 55 kilometers more or less. It's been a lot of uphill until now, but in the next village, which is Sastago, I will stop to have lunch. I have some bread and things in my bag, so I will rest a little bit and then I have a lot of villages to visit, and by the end of the day I should be in Quinto. That is my next stop. I've been in contact with them throughout all the journey and I will stop there. I will stay again at the premises and I brought them a few pastries from Caspe. I hope they like it and I hope to see them. I will spend my last day there and tomorrow morning I will be off to Zaragoza. I visited several villages by the river, from Escatron, climbing the hilly roads until Sastago, Alborge, Alforque, Gielsa, and ending up at Quinto, my first stop of the journey and the last one. the majority of the villages in Spain that I visited, I saw them somehow empty. I took the long way to Quinto to visit them. In Alborge, I even saw more cats than people. I arrived to Quinto. Can you see El Piquete? It's right there. So in the second day I came from that way to this road towards Alcañiz, and today I'm coming from that road. I think that the things that happen to you on the first day of this kind of trip always leave you with a deeper impression somehow. Something similar happened to me in my first trip cycling from Zaragoza to Oviedo in 2020, and something similar has happened in this trip. That is also why I'm finishing this trip here, to see the people and get to know them a little bit more, share my whole experience with them, and properly say thank you. They gave me a place to stay on my first day and also in the last one, and she brought me homemade food from her mother once again. I felt like it was the right place to finish the trip. Have you ever felt when you are on holiday, for example, that you don't feel like coming back and want to prolong the trip as long as possible and maximize the last moment? So I've been feeling that way in the last few days, because I guess I knew that the trip was coming to an end, and it felt very weird to step into Quinto again, and then this morning leaving Quinto and saying goodbye to the two women that helped me on the first day, Mariví and Annabel. I'm arriving today to Zaragoza. I made a little detour, a lot of cars, a lot of trucks, and a lot of dust coming into my eyes, so it's better here, which I'm in an area where a canal passes, and it's a lot of kilometers, dozens and dozens of kilometers of canals. It's time to arrive, I think, and put an end to this trip, which I treasure a lot because of all the things that happened, I experienced. Above all the people that helped me, whether with accommodation or recommendations or giving me food or any kind of help, had been very useful. Any conversation with a villager has been very useful to me, and I think that's the thing I will remember when I watch this video again. So let's make more of this.